It is 5 a.m. in Washington. It's 1 p.m. in Manama in Bahrain. I'm Monita Rajpal.
And I'm Zain. Verjee. You're watching World 1 live from London.
In Bahrain, where we've seen a drastic escalation in violence after those days of mainly peaceful protests. At least 3 people were killed when police, firing rubber bullets and tear gas, stormed a public space where demonstrators had set up camp. This was the scene in the capital Manama earlier this morning. Demonstrators in Bahrain are echoing the calls for reform heard in Tunisia and in Egypt, but the message from the government is that the ruling family is not going anywhere. As Nick Robertson reports, even after the crackdown, some of the protesters are more determined than ever. Mansour Al-Jamri is in the capital city. He joins us now on the phone. Thank you very much for being with us, Mansour. Tell us, first of all, we've been reporting that hundreds of people have been injured in the clashes there overnight and in the early mornings, and ambulances have not been able to enter the cordon that the military has set up. What can you tell us about that? The unrest in the Middle East has even reached into normally buttoned-down Libya, home of the Arab world's longest-serving ruler, Muammar Gaddafi. Anti-government activists are calling for a day of rage across that country. Inspired by the uprising in Egypt and Tunisia, anti-government protesters in Libya are calling for a day of anger. They're using social networking sites to rally people on the streets. Clashes between police and protesters have already erupted in the coastal city of Benghazi. Welcome back. You are watching World 1 on CNN live from London. Here are some of the stories that we're talking about. Extortion, violence, and a 3-year-old girl. Sounds like a movie plot, but it's real life. Accusations and counter-accusations as Mel Gibson and his ex-girlfriend embark on a bitter custody battle. The Australian actor told prosecutors in Los Angeles Oksana Grigorieva tried to extort millions of dollars from him with tape recordings of his phone calls. She has accused him of using violence towards her. Move over, Adam. Here comes George. An artist has reinvented Michelangelo's creation scene from the Sistine Chapel of the Vatican, replacing Adam with the actor George Clooney. The art studio that created the mural in Cincinnati says it hopes it will catch the star's attention while he's in town working on a movie. They're calling it God's Gift to Women. Well, don't even think George Clooney could beat this one. Man versus machine. A computer has become the latest winner of a television quiz show. A supercomputer called Watson has completed a 2-game sweep of the U.S. show Jeopardy. That's the little guy there. IBM, which built the computer, had trumpeted its ability to answer questions posed in natural human language. And we want to know what's been getting you talking. Which stories grabbed your attention today? Well, allegations of torture are raising the question of whether the Egyptian military deserves the trust of the people. CNN's Arwa Damon reports on that.
CNN's Atika Schubert reporting to us from Brussels. Thanks a lot, Atika.
Let's switch gears right now and get a look at the world of sports, specifically football. The team some people are calling the best in the world came to London on Wednesday in the knockout stages of the Champions League, and our Don Riddell is here to talk all about that.
Hi, Monita. Thanks very much. Yes, Wednesday's action in the European Champions League featured a clash between two of
Funny you should mention food. Taco Man?
Sometimes.
All right, well, listen to this. A group of U.S. students swapped study books for kitchen whites to try and set a world record. This is them hard at work trying to build the world's longest line of tacos. Plazas, shuttered shops, silent streets. When violent gangs moved into a Mexican border town, they unleashed a reign of terror and sent residents fleeing. Thelma Gutierrez visited the once thriving community that has now become a ghost town.
You're watching World 1 live from London. I'm Zain. Verjee.
I'm Monita Rajpal. Thank you for joining us. Stay here on CNN.